I start with 2D and go then to 3D news. I work for SourcePol. We are located in Zurich. We do WebJS with QGIS Web Client, obviously. We have a service called QGIS Cloud. We also do OGC API, have our own implementation called Bbox. We do also QGIS core development and use and contribute to other OSGeo projects. QGIS Web Client is a web client specialized on publishing maps with QGIS. And on the server side, there is QGIS Server, which has the same rendering engine as QGIS Desktop. And in addition to that, we have multiple microservices in Python, which extend the functionality of the map server itself. It has authentication, all the permissions. It allows editing data. It has permalinks and full text search and much more. I start with regular project news. We publish a long-term version each year, and that's about what happened the last year. So first, in about layers, we have these QGIS themes. You maybe know on top there is QGIS. There you have this possibility to have different styles on the same level called themes, and then you can switch between these themes, which switches between the styling of a layer or more than one layer. And we have the same implemented in QGIS, in the QGIS Web Client, so you can use the same styles, the same themes on the web. You can log styles, and you can have auto-refreshing, which is interesting for dynamic layers, maybe sensors or other dynamic things, and it's updated automatically. With edit, we have these edit forms. You see two examples. There we have improvements. The first one are curved geometries, which are supported now for editing. And we have the multi-select widget, so we can select multiple geometries and do operations on it, or ask for information. And we have QGIS field expressions, which is on top. As you see, it looks like in QGIS, and the same expressions are evaluated and used in the web browser. And we have also data source filters. That's the lower part, which can do filtered maps, which can be a date, or it can be like a municipality, or things like that. So you can have data filters on server side, and this is then visualized on the client side. Then we improve the pop-out dialog windows. So you can separate the table view or other views from the map view, and you can even move it into another monitor, which is also good for specialized applications where you have complicated forms for editing or for a special purpose. And then you have full screen map and full screen table or full screen forms, and they are always connected like in the same window. On the printing side, we have regular printing from QGIS templates or print layouts, but now we also have printing of series of parts of the map. And we have also improved the DXF export, where you can merge or use multiple layers and export them together in one DXF. Then we have two new plugins. On the left side, the value tool plugin. That's the same value tool as you have in QGIS for rasters. We have now also in the web. the same functionality. You can click on the map and get the values. You can have a graph and see the options. On the right side, you see a new plugin for imagery, Street View imagery data, this Panoramax service, which is a great service coming from OpenStreetMap community, and this open distribution for if you want to host your own imagery, or you can use existing servers. Then we have improved reporting. We have Jasper reports for a long time. Now we have a new backend, which is another kind of document services, and we have multiple templates per layer, and we can have aggregation of reports. Means we can have, like in this example, a report for each selected country and get a PDF, one page for each country. On the administration side, we have a backend, this admin tool. There we have improved the caching, so it's faster to update the configuration with the capabilities cache. We can look into the logs, live QGIS server logs and config generation logs. And we have also a new functionality to send invitations for users. We have cache preceding. It's a new service because that's always a problem with QGIS projects. They grow and grow and have a longer initial loading time if they're really big. And so the first time you have to wait, and after that it's fast. But we have now a service which preloads these maps. We have also a new kind of search. We have Solr-based full text search for a long time, which has advantages, but one disadvantage is that it's not live search, so you have to regenerate the search index, maybe daily or another time frame. Now we have also another one which is based on SQL queries which are templated, and there we can do trigram search and other search expressions. So now to 3D. This is quite new. We started last year. We have a lot of functionality, which is in production use, but we're still improving things and extending functionality. The technology base is Three.js for 3D, and we use Zero 3D as a library. We use 3D tiles as the storage format for our 3D data. We do pre-processing for CTGML or CTJSON, and we do also now recently processing on the fly, so we can upload an IFC and it's converted to 3D tiles. So that's a new thing coming, which allows to have big user-contributed city models, and you can share them efficiently between multiple users. The terrain is usually a geotiff, and we also have 2D with QGIS Server and QGIS projects. So I've a demo for that. I've recorded that. So on the right, we switch to 3D. And this first view is a splitted view between 2D on the right side and 3D on the left side. We have these modes, full 3D and a connection between 2D and 3D. So the position is synchronized. Here we have a background service with imagery and these white 3D tiles. Now it's showing how you can have an external view in an external window, which could be on a different monitor, but it's still connected to the 2D view. Now we switch back, and now it's maximized. Now we have only the 3D view. On the lower part, you see the background maps, and we now turn off the background to see the other functionality. We also have an overview window, which is coupled with the main window. We have the search on top and located into 3D and zooming in. That's our office in Zurich. So that's the layer view. We can change opacity of 3D layers. On top is the 3D layer, and the lower ones are 2D layers. And now we turn off the 3D layer, so we only see 2D data. All this is in the national projection of Switzerland, so it's not the globe projection, it's a local projection. Now we go into the drawing mode. We have different kind of, here is a cube we start with, and go into scale mode and have these drawing tools, like you know from CD tools. We have also have a numeric input. Here we change the sizes and the height of this model. Then we put the cylinder on top of it. It's automatically placed on top of the other one. We can change the color. You can scale it, rotate it, and translate it, means shifting, and so on. We can add labels. We didn't do here. We can adjust the time, which changes the shadows. So that's the daytime manually, and now it's in automatic mode, which advances the time over the day. See the shadows changing. You can do the same with the date, means you can go at a certain time over the whole year and see how the shadows change, which is important for our use case. And you can do a lot of fine-tuning, all of these sunlights and shadows. Now the measuring tools, that's position and height measuring. It's the height of this building. You can switch between height above ground and height above sea level. Then you have a height difference measuring tool. So that's relative height compared to the other building. We have length measuring tools like in 2D. Looks the same like in the 2D view. And we also have area measuring tools. The special thing here is that it's really measuring the area with the terrain on the bottom. So if you go closer, it's really also calculating the area over the terrain. We have a comparison tool. So we have like these 2 columns of layers. That's all the layers we have right now. And then we can turn off layers. On the left side, we turn off this drawing. And then we can clip this on the left side and right side and have a good comparison between layers. Then exporting functionality, we can export regions from the 3D map as GLTF, is standard 3D format. And we can also import 3D objects. So here we show the same exported scene and import it again. And that's how it looked like. So it's the same, including the drawing part. Turn off the layers, and we can delete layers. I think we're coming. Now we switch to first person mode. So now we have the camera on the ground. We're looking around like a person on the ground. We can walk around. There is also a collision model, which helps you to avoid going into a building if you don't want to. Yeah, we see the same models with the same shadows and everything in the first person mode. You can also turn on and off layers as we have in the other view, and we can use the same tools. I think we show the measuring tool here. Yeah, position, height measuring. We can change shadows as we can do in the third person view. We can export whole maps as in various formats. One is a PDF format. We have a template, in this case a simple one, and we export the 3D map as a PDF. And we have also image formats. I think I show a JPEG here. We can have higher resolutions. So we have a good quality also for images. That's about it. A last view on Zurich, and I go back. So what's in the pipeline? Generally, OGC API feature support is still missing, and we're adding that right now. We do more on 3D, sun exposure analysis. We do improve sensor data integration, and we want to have translated QGIS projects, means different languages. Virtual fields will be supported in feature info forms, and other features coming from the community. The top links, that's the most important one, that's the source code. And on documentation, that's the main documentation link. And we have a few demos. We can test also this 3D functionality you just saw. That's it. Thank you.